Catherine Hertz once stated, "Don't let what you can't do interfere with what you can do." College students are a great example of this. College students have been affected by COVID-19 in many ways. This is important because we are all college students here, and there are hundreds of thousands of college students around the US. Throughout my research and personal experience of being a college student, I have learned that COVID-19 has affected college students by their travel, their school, and their jobs. Firstly, let's look at how COVID-19 has affected college students and their travel. College students' travel was highly affected by COVID-19. Firstly, the number of international students declined in 2020. Now, international students play a big role on college campuses. They bring diversity and different cultures onto campus. Inside Higher Education, Ed published an article by Liam Knox stating U.S. institutions saw a 46% decrease in new international students in the U.S. in 2020. Because of COVID, these international students either couldn't leave their country to come to the U.S. to study or didn't feel safe because of COVID. Secondly, the number of students traveling to study abroad also decreased in 2020. Study abroad used to be something a lot of undergraduates look forward to when coming to school. Shift published an article by Sonia Micken stating that 29% of undergraduates ended up not traveling to study abroad because of COVID-19. Because of COVID, these undergraduates were scared to study abroad because they feared that they would get stuck in another country and catch COVID-19. Secondly, let's look at how college students at school were affected by COVID-19. COVID-19 affected college students at school highly. Firstly, colleges were mandating masks on campuses, which forced students to wear a mask over their mouth and nose anytime they stepped foot on campus. In July of 2020, Higher Ed Dive author Schwartz stated, colleges were rolling out with mask mandates, which forced students to wear masks anytime on campus and forced these students and punished them if they didn't follow these mandates. Because of COVID, it forced these students to wear uncomfortable masks, and students with asthma found it hard to breathe in. Second, college students' mental health were also affected at school. COVID-19 didn't just physically hurt college students, but also mentally hurt. Biomed Central author Jenny Lee stated that students getting closer to graduation filled out a survey that showed 60.8% of them had higher anxiety, 54.1% felt loneliness, and 59.8% had depression. COVID-19 declined these students' mental health right before they graduated and right before they were about to enter the real world. Finally, let's look at how college students' jobs were affected. COVID-19 didn't just affect college students in school, but also outside of school. College students' jobs were highly affected because of COVID. Some students go to colleges out of state or to high tuition schools. For these students, tuition and housing are very expensive. In August of 2020, Journal of Public Economics author Esteban stated, due to COVID-19, 40% of college students either lost their job, lost their internship, or lost a job offer. COVID caused these students to scramble for money and figure out how they were going to pay for college. Some of these students had no other income to pay for their school, which forced them to drop out of college. In conclusion, COVID-19 affected college students in multiple ways. As stated earlier, COVID-19 affected international students traveling as well as undergraduate students traveling to study abroad. Also, COVID-19 affected students in school by wearing masks and their mental health. Finally, COVID-19 also affected the college students' jobs. COVID affected all of us in some form and shape, especially because we are all college students. Thank you.